Okay. That should be live. Let me check. It's not showing up on my end yet. Let me check on my phone as well. Just to be sure that you can hear me and I'm not just blathering to myself. Okay, phone, do not make random noises. Can you see my phone? Okay. Hope you can't. Let's see. Am I live right now? Doesn't seem to show it. Am I? One says yes, one says no. Okay, it is live. Great. All right. Here you go, phone. You can just sit in a corner. You're no longer necessary. Hooray! Okay. So I'm gonna give a little intro while I set myself up. Make sure I can see all the different windows that I want to see while I'm doing this. And yeah, that should do the trick. Let me just adjust a few things here and there. And so what we are doing is my webcomic process. You probably saw from the title of the video. Last we left off, we were doing these sketches with this face. Like that. So this webcomic is my own webcomic that I started working on in 2020, published the first episode in 2021. It's kind of a, I would say, low fantasy for now, comic that focuses on, it's like Fast and the Furious. No, it's all about family. But no, it focuses on like political intrigue a lot of the time. With, yes, a lot of focus on like different people's like family stuff and just like romance for seasoning to make things flavorful. And that's kind of the overall vibe of the comic. So yeah, the plot wise, it all starts off with a very successful blacksmith who, hold on, let me go back. This guy. He's a very successful blacksmith and he was doing amazingly. He had so much work and people were just like buying his stuff. Everything was selling like hotcakes. It was amazing. And that was because the country that he is part of was at war. So he had a lot of contracts to fulfill to make a lot of weaponry essentially. And then the war ended. What happened was the country had a change in leadership and the new king actually managed to find a way to negotiate peace and end the 100-year war. And all of a sudden, all of that work dried up overnight. So obviously, out of all the solutions a person could think of, clearly the most logical, most straightforward solution would be to restart the war. So yeah, that was his thought process, and that's kind of the way the whole comic gets going. It follows him, it follows this other lady who you can see on the side here. This one. Turn off and on. Yeah. Follows her story, it follows his son's story, and also the king of the country. It sort of like follows these different people and the people around them. So yeah, big ensemble cast and all that jazz. And yeah, that's the comic. So let's get into it. Today, we have some sketches to finish up, and also I think because there's not too many left, I'm gonna actually get to start working on the line art today. So that's why I've named this this stream sketching and line art, because I am pretty sure that is what we're going to be able to get to today. And also our stream is going to be roughly 2 hours. Sometimes I like to go a little over if I get the chance to, just to, like wrap things up nicely. But yeah, that's kind of the agenda, the itinerary, the what do you call it? What do you call it in a book? Suddenly my brain is just off. I wanted to use as many words as possible there, but I guess my brain stopped me. Anyway, the contents of today's video. That is the contents of today's video. That is what we're going to do today. So I hope you enjoy, and of course feel free to like ask any questions or anything related to drawing or comic making or whatever, really, life in general. That's also open. I can't promise I will like tell you things, but yeah, roughly that's the idea. Okay, what is happening here? Why is there a blob? I need to understand my own drawings. Oh, I know what this is. It's the back of his head. It's the back of his head. I know what I'm looking at. Ears are so interesting because we've got this like cartilagey bit, and then it's like sticking out, and then it goes like back in towards the ear in like an S shape. It's fascinating stuff. Anyway, whoops. Got distracted. Okay. Let's get going. What else can I tell you about the comic? Because, you know, in my previous streams, I feel like I didn't really intro it. But I mean, you know, you can check it out. If you want to see a more articulate, or I guess, you know, the same thing, but like, whatchamacallit? Not on the fly like this, where I'm barely articulate. I did also put like what it's about in the description of the videos, like in the descriptions of these lives, because obviously we're working on it. So I'm like, oh yeah, like if somebody wants to see what it is that we're working on, that is also linked in the description of the video, of the live video. Okay. I want to even out these ears. This looks wonky. Funny. Okay. Very easy. The side on which the robe thingy is being held. Okay. And this will be like the blacksmith. Wild Hall. It's spelled wild. Oh, this will look nice in the final, obviously. I'm not gonna make it like this. And also their language is not written like English. It goes like on a scroll downwards. If you read the comic and there's ever like a piece of writing and it's not like that, for like background art. For foreground stuff, I do tend to put things into English if it's like information that you need as an audience. Something like that. Ooh, that was wonky. That's also still wonky, but I don't know if I mind. I don't mind. I don't mind. Yeah, okay, and bushes, because plants make everything look more welcoming and nice. Then there is the door itself, which should have a door frame and be maybe a little bit wider than how I've drawn it here. Whoa, hello. Yeah, I'm just eyeballing the perspective. Don't do what I do. Do not just eyeball perspective. Just put a perspective grid on your paper. Don't be lazy. Or do what I do and be lazy and terrible and silly. You see, look how wrong that is. But it's okay. I like some wonk. I tell myself that. Yeah. I love the wonk. Like that. Oh, guys, I forgot to start the music. I was gonna do my intro and start music. Let's play some music, okay? Okay. Hopefully it won't be too loud, and when I start talking you can't hear me, but let's go. As we approach the guild hall, a member of the blacksmith's guild stands waiting for us just outside the door, greeting us upon our arrival. Why, hello there. You watch as they shuffle from one foot to the other. Random descriptions. We got some clerk out here. His only job is to just mind the entrance. It's weird if you have a location that you can just walk into, right? Maybe that's modernity talking. He's got his arms folded in front of him. Just like that. Oh, no, no, no. You know, I was thinking to myself, because Hal here, my character, he's a little bit vain, a little materialistic. He likes to have nice things. And sometimes his excuse for that is like, basically, I need to save face, like I need to look good. But he's a part of the blacksmith's guild, so I'm like, I don't think the other blacksmiths really care what you wear. Which is why right now what he's wearing is not particularly nice, and I don't think anyone is gonna comment on it. I was thinking about it to myself, like, should I have a character in world make a comment like, what the heck are you wearing, man? And I realized I don't think any of them will. I was sort of considering it to myself, like, do these people care? Don't care. He's all in his own head. It's very interesting. I thought there would be a scene where they care, but it's really like he's the primary guy who would ever comment on anyone else's like dip in wealth. Well, not that he would comment on it negatively. He'd be like, "Oh gosh, what happened? Like, do you need some help?" But ironically, funnily enough, he just doesn't think that way when it comes to himself. Like, he doesn't think that people will show that same degree of generosity to him if he were to show that kind of like sign of weakness, quotation marks, a sign of weakness, you know, in his perspective. Let's put a handle on this door like that, and it's like this and then like this. Guild hall. And then it's gonna it kind of extends further than this. This is just like the main entry area. dupe, dupe, dupe. It's kind of, I guess it's really not even the grandest entrance. He was probably in the process of wanting to make it grander. We're a successful guild now, like we can be our own guild, because you're at war for so long. Eventually the power dynamic of that particular group of artisans, workers, people of a certain craft, whatever you want to call them, power kind of skewed in their favor, because if they're not making the important weapons and stuff, then whole countries is kind of screwed. Okay, this is a transitionary scene, so I think I just need like one roof area. Yeah. Oop. Easier to do it that way. So, okay, I can also talk a little bit about the setting, how I went about deciding my setting. It's very simple. I was thinking to myself, what kinds of conditions is my setting gonna have, like weather conditions and things like that. And I realized, because I have lived in the tropics my whole life, I don't really know how weather outside of tropical weather works, and I didn't want to deal with that. So I decided my setting is going to be a tropical setting. And so then, because of that, all my people have a great tan. The Sharons all have sort of this like medium tone, sort of like tan skin. I mean, you can see from the comic. Yeah, they kind of have the type of skin tone that you see from people who live in tropical areas natively. I'm pretty pale, but that's because my parents are not from the tropics. My ancestors are not tropical humans, but these people here they are. Don't bug me, Adobe. Asking me to update this, update that. Okay, yeah, so funnily enough, like the sort of basis of one of my big world building choices, which is sort of the overall look of the people who live in this world, or at least in the part of this world where we're telling the story, is just because I know how tropical weather works, and I didn't want to deal with non-tropical weather patterns as something of like, oh, how are the seasons changing? And I'm like, I just know there's wet and there's dry, and usually dry isn't even that dry, or at least not here. It's wet and then it's wetter. I mean, it has gone dry a few times, but then when it's wet, it's really wet. Like I remember seeing like it rains like for a month straight kind of stuff. So yeah, that's kind of what I wanted. I wanted to operate at least a little bit with something familiar to me. And then in terms of the architecture, I asked my family, because my parents are architects, and I was like, what sort of architecture is best for tropical weather? Like what's really efficient architecturally? And they were like, actually of course the people who have lived here the longest have perfected it. They were like, all of the these sort of like kampong houses and stuff, they have kind of the perfect structure for airflow and keeping you dry and like all this kind of stuff. And I was like, oh, okay. So yeah, that's also kind of where these are based off. I don't claim to like be drawing these particularly accurately. But it's kind of based off that. I'm not trying to necessarily do some sort of like historically accurate thing. Because at the end of the day, this isn't meant to mimic any particular existing culture, right? I'm mainly just thinking in terms of my starting point was literally like, what's the weather like? And then what would people's houses have to look like if they lived with that sort of weather? So that's the sort of some baseline stuff around how I was thinking of my world building. Not what sort of culture on earth does it resemble, just I don't want to deal with winter or spring or summer and fall, autumn, and how those things transition from one to the other. I know what tropical wet weather looks like, so what does the world have to look like if they're like building their stuff based on that kind of situation? Yeah. Okay, here we go. Oh, I didn't name this layer. Sketch. Great. Moving on to the next part. There's gonna be a lot of random side characters at this spot here. I just want to check something real quick, so I'm just gonna take a second here to do something off camera and just check my script. This should be okay. Help me write this, help me write that. All right. Okay. All right, where am I here? Okay, so then he walks over here, then there are these guys. Uh-huh. Okay. So I'm just gonna turn on this previous panel because this guy is welcoming him and he has the most generic face, the most generic background character face. Alright, I'm gonna just do that, give myself a reference. Name this layer sketch, and on we go. He's going to just welcome home, sir. It's the butler. No, not really. There's dust. Oh wait, no, that's a fly. Hello. Please don't fly into my face. I don't appreciate it. Thank you. Okay, I'm just gonna go quiet here because I'm just working on this complete rando's face, and I'm just wanting to make sure that it kind of matches his previous derpy drawing that I did. It was like welcome back to the. I did do that. So he's gonna open the door for him. Kind of like arm out here. Got sort of pressed onto the door here. I'll clean this up in a second. Don't mind me. And then he's gonna be like, right this way, sir. Right this way. Right, he's like, this way, good sir. Let's adjust that. Doesn't need to be that far out. Okay, I'll do a second sketch on top of this to make sure it's clean enough for actual line art. Okay. Ooh, my legs are so messed up. My real life legs, not a drawing. Right this way. Let me escort you to your table. Well, not your table, but, you know. Oh, thank goodness. I had a hair that was bothering my nose there. Okay. Oh my. 1 second. I just need to deal with something real quick. Da 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 da. Okay. Oh my gosh, I can't believe it's almost already 6:30. It's been half an hour. It really doesn't feel like the time has passed at all. That's crazy. That's wild, man. Okay, let's get rid of that. And I'm just gonna clean this up. So that's ready for line art. Honestly, I would totally do line art just from here because I'm wild. I think I might need to loosen up a little right now. My hands are feeling kind of messy. Yeah, my hands don't feel so good. Ooh, that was very dramatic. Make sure this guy has enough head. What? Enough skull? Skull mass. Skull mass. There we go. Like that. There we go. Rando. Look how nicely I care for you, Rando. Taking the time to sort of draw you properly. I've actually had a few of my comic characters who were very last-minute additions to the story, where I was writing and they just show up, And that's after I've done the pre-production work. And I'm just like, where did you come from? Oh my gosh. Yes, open the door for the man. He is in charge of this place. Yeah. Okay. Okay, that's good enough. Good enough. I should be able to do the line art just fine. It's like right this way. So yeah, we're very close to the end. As you can see, there's only these panels left, and then another 2 on the next folder. Hello. Yes, you like the looks of him? He is a complete side character, which we will probably never see again. Spoilers. Unless, of course, you mean this fine-looking gentleman. We only see the back of his head over here. I kind of want to just flip this around. I think that'll be easier. Like, right this way, so. Yeah, I like that better. Yeah. Much better. Back by popular demand. That'd be funny. Random door guy. Random guy who greets you at the door. Back by popular demand. Or maybe I'm lying, you know? Maybe he's very important, but I just can't let you know that. Wouldn't that be devious? Don't never trust the author. Never trust the creator. Or maybe you should. Okay. Chonky guy. There we go. Oh, this doesn't just end like that. It ends in a little, don't let me forget. I can't stop messing with your head. That's my responsibility. I can't, like, what if I accidentally reveal true spoilers? Then I can always reveal a bunch of not spoilers at the same time, and you never know what a true, like, I will tell you 2 truths and 1 lie, and you must guess which one is the lie. By the way, how's the volume? Everything okay? Music to vocals ratio okay? I'm gonna do this panel over here first because I want to. We're gonna do this one afterwards. So I'm gonna like skip it first and then go back up. So don't let me forget. Sometimes I forget. I go a little quiet when I start drawing faces because I get really focused on wanting to like nail the facial expressions. And then the hair, because hair is so fun to draw. And then I go a bit quiet because I'm having a good time. Wow. I want to send out a little... One second. Alright. Let's get this curly hair on the road. So this is a frazzled, whatchamacallit? Wow, a scribe. Thank you, brain, for not leaving me hanging. Yes, this is a scribe. She works for the blacksmith's guild to just kind of like a secretary, right? She just writes stuff down for them. A lot of them are illiterate, so very helpful. It's like, what does the I mean, is it helpful? You gotta really trust them, right? It's like, what does this document say? It says you're great. Okay, I'll believe you. Wop, 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 wop. Actually, I changed my mind. I've changed my mind. There we go. Delivery. Everybody, take a quick 1 minute or less break while I set up my tea. If you hear the rustling, it's just because I got tea. Tea. From unnamed brand. I don't know how the internet works, but it always feels like you can't reveal what brand you're like. I don't know. But yeah, I got tea. So now we can have ASMR. No. Oh, actually, does that sound good? Like a icy sound. I don't know if the mic picks that up. Tea. I know I can't say, yeah, I won't say any brands unless they specifically sponsor me. Tea noise. Okay, now that the tea has been shooketh, I can now stab it with the straw. Okay, and I got a little coaster, so let me just kind of scooch my setup a little bit so I can drink the tea. Oh yeah, I didn't prepare any water today. I forgot to do so, so this is very good. Yeah. What are we whispering into the mic? Tea time? Tea sips? Very cold. And chew. Yum, 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 yum. Okay. Henceforth, my face will just be obscured a little bit by a straw. Yum, 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 yum. Here, let's do a little like startle. This is a very important moment. Is she right or left-handed? Probably right-handed, right? Most people are. I myself. I'm right-handed. Yum yum. That's so good. Tea is everything. Well, not everything. I need to eat too. And oxygen is also pretty important. How does one hold a pen? Like this, right? I can draw a straight line. And then this should be a feather. Because of course it is. Why would you hold a pen like a hammer? What kind of weird drawing or writing are you doing? Let me try that. I'll hold it like a hammer. It's so hard. I have lost control. Oh. Actually, hold on. Let me see if I can draw like a person with my hammer holding. Oh god. Ugh. That's our head. Neck. Oh. If I relax, it'll be better. Whew! Wild stroke. It's okay. It's the hand. Oh my god. I'll put pants on him, I promise. Oh gosh, he's looking so zesty. And then we can wear some pants. Like the wrap type that we using. God. Oh god, this hammer technique is so difficult. Ugh. It gives up at the end. Oh god. Yeah, that's a shoe. That's a dude, right? Wait, let's try to get a face in. One last move. The face. Ugh, with hair. Ugh. That's too far. Hair. Face. Nose. A mouth. Eyes. Okay. That's enough. That's good. Back to normal now. Wow. She's at her desk here. No, that angle. No. And she's writing stuff. Documents. At the desk. And then this guy comes in like, hello. I would like one of your finest literacy, please. I shouldn't talk while I have a mouthful of food. I might choke. Oh, it's cold. Nom 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 nom. Nom 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 nom. I'm sorry if that was gross. And of course he's got to be loomy. Big guy looming over people while they work, like one of those manager types that micromanages the people. Rar. The bubble tea. It's just unsweetened jasmine green tea, and then some aloe vera, and some konjac jelly. Yum yum yum. Okay, how is this set this up? So we got this girl here, like this. Oh yeah, let's remove this. It's very confusing. And she's going to be at this table here. Oh, my eyes. It feels like it's crooked. Crazy. That's good. Okay. How did I draw her? Oh. Music stopped. Let's restart it. Like that. And then hunched over because of course. Nothing says desk job like terrible posture. Right? I need a burp. Me. Excuse me. Okay, pen, 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 pen. Mm-hmm. She's sitting at the chair. There should be plenty more. Like scrolls of stuff. Just strewn everywhere. Random bits of paper. Very organized worker. Ooh, my goodness. Excuse me, that was just me derping. And the table partition. Just like a little one. That feels a bit not centralized. And then it's just above like that. Alright, and then just that and like that. Okay, that looks nice. Oops. This should have another chair. Alright. Oh, and then the table has table legs. Of course. And then I think the table underside has this thingy. And like that. And then this chair. Oops, burpsies. And then there's like the other legs and stuff. Legs, like that. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Oops. It should be like that. And chairs. I can't be bothered. I love drawing furniture. And then underside of the chair. Move. Goes down. Stop there. Other leg of the chair. Mm-hmm. Other chair in the back. Oopsie. Anyway, that's the most important bit here is this. Let me do some of that. Makes the ground feel groundier. I don't know how else to describe it. Some balustrades. Going upstairs with some colommes. Back of the head. Focus. A lot of focus happening here. Longer hair. And the fabric folds. And then there should be another table right here, which we thankfully won't need to draw very much of. Can't say my passion is drawing tables. It's mostly drawing people and characters in general of all different animal origins, I would say, right? I like drawing people the most, but also like dogs and cats and horses and all that stuff. Are all things that I'm happy and comfortable with drawing. Sorry, I just need to line this up more perfectly. There we go. Okay. Great. So then these balustrades are gonna come down. We're seeing only really the top of this, so it's gonna look pretty flat. Oh, let's try and get this somewhere slightly different, because otherwise the spacing is gonna land it like right. Okay, that's good, that's fine. I'm just gonna eyeball the spacing here and kind of do that to indicate what is space and what isn't. Okay. I'm gonna erase this stuff that is meant to be further back and so would not be in front of this. For the stairs themselves, we're gonna see little bits of him. Mm-hmm. I don't like that. I don't like that. Yeah, kind of roughly. Sorry, my phone was like buzzing. I was wondering what was going on. All right, that's pretty settled. There's gonna be, I want to do like a crossbeam thingamabob. So for the first level, it should go. Yep. What's that? You think that's the right height? That one's probably good. Oh, but then it has a like an awkward intersection. 1 second. That's better. We want to make sure there's no awkward intersections. Okay, so that is a beam. And can kind of do that for the different panels. Okay. Let's get that all settled into one layer. There you go. Alright, here's the final set. These last 2 frames here. You there, I need you to write me an important document. Now go. Write. I will need to reference. Let's turn that back on. Get a sketch layer. I will draw the girl first because, you know, I don't have a character sheet for her. So she's just Madame Rando here. Oh, I can really have fun with this. Oh, I might go quiet again. Woo! Because this is like such a fun angle. I just love fun angles of the face. So good. So nice. Ah! Okay. I want the character to look fairly consistent with what we've drawn here. Like, plausibly the same person. But, you know, just from a different angle. She's got a little bit, like, rounder, like, kind of young looking, rounder on the bottom kind of face. So I want to make sure I maintain that with the angle. And this strand of hair thingy that she's got going on. chaotic hair. And right now the eyes need to move a little. Need to move a little. Let's do that. If I look at my reference, let's move this one in a little bit too. That should help. Okay. She's got this kind of like cute rounded forehead thing going on. So I kind of want to maintain this chaoticness in the hair. And some of these crazy strands. Hopefully that'll help her look like I'm drawing the same person and not two completely separate people, because they should look like the same person, just different angle. And then we're kind of, this is kind of a top-down angle, so we want to get that in, like so. Okay. And she, you know, a bit stressed, a bit sweat. And then of course, because of the way this is angled, we get some whoopsie daisy, some foreshortening. Some foreshortening, she says. Proceeds to do lots of foreshortening. I will adjust that. Give me a second. I just want to make sure. I think that looks pretty similar. You know, it's like the same person twice. Okay. I'm gonna turn that off and let's look at that. Good, 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 good. I like that. I like that more than my sketch. This sort of like extension. Let's actually do it more. And then for the table itself, we can do some funky stuff. How's my, yep. Yep. Feather. And feather all the way back. Just like once you get here, you want it to be. Okay. Be scribing. Okay, and then for the table, I don't want it to be a straight line. I want it to be... Yeah. Like that. And then we'll have all of these papers. Like that. It would be awesome. Amazing. Okay. We will have time to do a little bit of line art today. Oh, thank goodness my estimates were correct. Otherwise the thumbnail for this video would be wrong. Alright. Let me check. What is he saying here? Okay, face, intense face, rar. And Let's raise that a bit. It's too raised. It's too high. All those little millimeter differences. Okay. The ears. Ears. Wing. There we go. Let's get his hat in. All right. Intenso face. Booby, no. There we go. Rawr. Rawr face. Okay. Press save. Oh my gosh, my entire computer froze for a second. That was terrifying. It was absolutely scary. Okay. Now that we've done that, everything good, we can start all the way back at the beginning again. Except this time we do line art. Welcome back. Okay, we don't need that, so we're starting here. Yep. So our thumbnails are gonna go all the way down to like 2% opacity. Our sketch layer is going down to like 9. And then we're on top of that gonna label our line art layer. And we're gonna have line art, and then we're gonna have background line art. Because there's so much going on in the background today. This is gonna take a while. I think this might take the rest of the stream because it's complex. So, okay, my brush size is correct. Let me just get my Tavern Keeper reference. Not on top of his face, please. Just to the side. So this is going to be the line art. And we're just going to do it on top of this guy right here, who should be absolutely perfect, yep. And this is the correct size brush, yep. And I need to also make sure my brush is correct. Oh, my brush, hello. My eraser tool. And then we're just gonna go in and, you know, do the line art thing. Whee! I'm not gonna connect that. I like that little gap. It sort of just gives it room to breathe. I like gappy line art. I don't know how else to describe it. But I tend to leave a lot of like little like spaces between lines, like gappy type line art. Yeah. Yeah, all my drawings are like that too. Like even when I'm using traditional mediums. That's kind of my tendency, my preference. And of course, line art is extremely fun as a stream topic because you'll see me draw the same line over and over again, and then think to yourself, I guess, I don't know how non-artists see it, like, it's pretty common to see artists just like draw a line, press undo, draw the line again, press undo. Digital artists, I should say. Obviously you don't press undo if you're painting or on canvas and stuff. But yeah, it's kind of a common thing to just kind of watch the same line come onto the screen and then disappear and then come onto the screen. And like, what do you make of it as like non-artists, if you are one watching this? Like, what do you make of that? You ever like, what was the difference between line A and B? Like, why did you erase that? And then what's funny is sometimes the line that I end up with wasn't even the nicest one. At least that's what I find. Sometimes I'm like, oh, that one was alright, and then I think to myself, but I can do better. Then after 10 more times, I'm like, I don't care anymore. But I mean, this one was alright. Yeah, I wonder what it looks like to people who don't draw, or even to people who don't do digital art, because, you know, I would never do this when I'm using like pen and paper or pencils or whatever, or charcoal or something. But what I find is that when I'm doing digital line art, it feels almost like a sculpting process, where I put down the line and then I erase bits of it to get the overall shape of line that I'm looking for, which is kind of the polar opposite of doing it normally, doing it traditionally. Sorry, I shouldn't say normally, it's just different mediums. But yeah, you see how I'll tend to, like, once I have the chosen line, I'm also kind of like almost like chiseling away at it. I don't know how else to describe it, but that's how it feels to me. I feel like I'm chiseling away at the line. Finicky little lines. And you know, when I first started this comic, I didn't do my lines like that at all because it's a slower process to do it this way. I was like, screw it, just whatever line comes out is the line that comes out, and even if it's not clean and even if it's wonky looking, just publish, right? Sort of a get it out the door kind of approach. And I don't know, man, I never intended to stray from that approach, but I couldn't help myself. Chiseling away at the mustachio. Oh, you know, today actually I was so tempted not to stream because I was feeling pretty tired. It's been a long week, and I was thinking to myself, like, do I need to stream? But then, you know, a commitment is a commitment. And honestly, once I get it going, it's quite nice. It's just the, you know, it's one of those things where sometimes it's the getting the thing started that's the challenging part. Yeah, but I'm glad to be streaming and working on this and everything. It was just for the afternoon when I kind of looked at the time and I realized, oh my gosh, I'm gonna be streaming soon. I had a pretty strong urge of like, I don't want. I was like, I just want to rest. But it's okay. It's good. It's good. It's like you know, when you're feeling lazy to work out and then you do it anyway, and then you're like, I'm really glad I stuck to that. It's kind of a similar feeling. Because you know, I haven't really ever streamed my art before, and my tendency or my urge is to just do it all in private, and never show anyone the behind the scenes process, because it's just like, to me, I think it's so kind of derpy, and also like when I'm drawing like this, sometimes I want to be in a more like, I don't want to wear stuff or something like that, right? Like I want to be in my home mode, where it's like not for the public eye to see kind of mode. And then if I stream, I can't be like that. Yeah, so that's the thing about creating. I kind of have to be dressed. Can't just show up like, yeah, I'm just gonna sit here with my knee up in the air and like all sorts of craziness. He looks so majestic. Eh? Yeah. What's so interesting to me about digital art process is that I used to have a very different approach to it. I was definitely the more painterly type, so I would never do line art. And I always only ever painted stuff. So if you've ever seen sort of like painting speed paints, digital painting speed paints, where they'll kind of like block out a color and then block out the like shadows, right? And then sort of like do like that, and then paint, right? That used to be what my process looked like, and I would never ever do any line art. But then now it's like the opposite. So much of what I do involves drawing line art. And then I haven't painted with that same process in years. And in fact, even when I want to give something like a painted look, instead of blocking it the way I used to, I will block out the mid-tone colors, and then I just run the whole thing through a shadow pass, typically, or it could be a highlight pass, depending on how I've chosen to do the lighting for that particular piece. But yeah, it's a really different approach that I guess is less similar to actual painting, and definitely more a product of the medium, of like it being digital, and me being able to just go, yeah, take all those colors and then just make them more cool toned, and like I'm just doing a color adjustment layer, just really letting the software kind of do its thing while I adjust the results, and I work from there. I guess I should probably like demonstrate it one day. Show you how I get like a painting looking piece, which I haven't done in ages, but not through a typical painting process. I do more of a like a cell shading process, and then do painting around the edges of the cell shading. So then it looks like a painting, but it wasn't painted per se. Crinkly old man. Crinkly, wrinkly. I love it. And then we want the apron. And I want to do the hair. So let's go back here. Wait, let me just have a look at his... Oops. Yep. What do you think? Same dude? Two different drawings of the same dude? Hope so. Hope you can see the resemblance. Da. Okay, it's a bit long. It's a bit long. Just a touch. Okay, good. Wow. Okay. Sculpty the lines. And then like that. Like that. Yeah. There we go, some nice fabric. And then sort of like an uneven top layer. Like that. Kind of scraggly. I don't know how to describe it. But yeah. I'm glad we're covering line art today. Oh, look at this beautiful sight of like, what am I even looking at? Oops. Oop. There we go. And that'll come out that way, meet this line over here. Seam over there. And then maybe like a little bit of like a fold there. Yeah, that's fun. And then we can see some other folds there. Because that'll be where the arm is like connecting with the rest of the torso. And then beers. Actually, no. Unidentified foamy liquid. We do not promote drinking. Unidentified empty mugs of no longer liquid. I'm so uninspired to draw mugs. Somebody draw these mugs for me. Draw them for me, please. I don't want to draw mugs. Can't say I like drawing mugs. Whatever, we do a good job. It's part of the process. And so therefore we must do a good job. Alright? Every single component that makes up the comic is important, including the mugs. The mugs are important. Yeah, you see what I'm saying with gappy line art? Oh, like, just like that. Teeny weeny bit of like a disconnection. I kind of like it. And like, I don't want to ever stop doing that. Bloop, bop. Okay. So I want to do these back mugs first, and then we can slowly put things in front of it, whittle away. Gappy line art, I love it. What can I say? That's how I like to do it, man. And then right here. The mug handle. Ooh, that's a bit banana. Looks a bit like a banana. And then there's this mug in fronto. Okay. Close enough. Scooch that in a bit. Yeah. Mugs. Mugs. Empty mugs. All those empty mugs. Taking them to the back of the shop to get them washed up. Mugs. Mugs with bits and stains and goodness knows what on them. Mugs. Gappy liner. Okay. One more. One more mug. We can do it. I can do it. We do it fast. Fast. Speed. Meh. Meh. What? 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 Mugs. Yes. Good. The foreground man. Foreground man? The main man. The main man himself. Okay. Let's turn that off real quick. Huzzah! Okay. I'm actually gonna make a separate one here and call it lineart. How? For this character. Nom nom nom. Let's go. Whoa, 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 whoa. That hurt my ears. That hurt my ears. Is that my headphones or is that something else? I feel like that must be my headphones, right? That's creating all that crazy static. I hope it's not coming through for you guys. If I jiggle it around. Okay. Nearly blew my ears up. It was crazy. That hurt. Okay. Let's get this nose in, huh? Big old nose. So we have roughly 10 minutes left. So let's see how much we can get done in the next 10 minutes. And then I'll decide from there. I think, yeah. Beardy, beardy, beardy. That's really bothering me. Yeah, I can't get this to... Yeah. I'm gonna turn off the music because I'm having audio problems on my end and it is hurting my ears. So we're just gonna finish up in silence and I will fill it with my own babbles instead. Kind of like in the beginning of the stream where I forgot to turn on the music at all. But yeah, I don't know what happened there. Just all of a sudden it became really staticky and loud on my end. I hope that wasn't happening to you guys. But yeah, it was just weird and I don't want to deal with it. So we're just gonna turn it off. Hopefully you don't mind listening to me. Here we go. We... Ah, please cooperate with me, line. I chose you. I could have chosen a different line. Okay. Da 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 da. Ooh, excuse me. Alright, so it's gonna be wearing the apron. Apron comes across here. And then does like a little zigzag. Let me just get that line to do that. Yes, yes, very good. And then I want it to be visible above the line that ends there. So it should look something like that, but not so curvy. Okay. Good. Good, 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 good. Let me just... So it's like a zigzag. Yeah. Seam. So I want that line to be nice and thin. And then do a little of that for the folds in the fabric. Oopsie daisy. Come on. Give me what I want. Okay. And then this is gonna come kind of right over there. And do a little of that. And come before this. I like the idea that this is like all shifting around and kind of haphazard. And then like the fabric is pulling like that here. Yeah, that's all scrunched up there. This should be further scrunched. And we do like that. Okay. Okay. And then this is where his thumb is. All right, I'm thinking we do wrap up these mugs and do Hal's line art. So maybe another 15 minutes? 15 minutes and then I'll wrap up. Yep. That sounds good to me. Oh wait, that's... There we go. Let's just smooth out those bumpies. And get these muggies in. Oop. Yeah. Big old mugs of unknown liquid. I like to work with my sketch pretty transparent, because I don't like my previous drawings interfering with my line art. If I can see too much, it's like I don't get the vibe. It's like I don't get the vibe quite right. I don't know how else to describe it. Whoop. Whoop. There we go. Looking good. All our mugs are accounted for. Let me just get this all the way. I like my gappy line art, but it shouldn't be too gappy. Okay. Good. Line art layer. There we go. Looking pretty swell. It looks alright. These mugs look nice. These mugs look acceptable. I'll clean up this front one a little here. How about that? I'm like negotiating with the mugs, like how's that? Yeah, it feels more polished. Great. Let's do Hal. Right here. I think I will include this barrel of suds as part of his line art, so that I can do some fun blurries when I get to the final art. And we will continue to do this kind of like chiseling process. Can you see the little subtle indication of the eye with the eyelashes? Let's get the hair in. So hair kind of like grows behind the ears, like that. Let's get it like, oh yes, good. Good, do that. And then the nose, let's get that nose in. And the face is done. Hold on, let me just sculpt that a little, or chisel it away at it, pick away at it. And now let's watch me do this one line. Oh, there we go. I was about to be like over and over and over. The rule of always complain. Wow. Come on. Come on. You can do it. Come on, little line. Cooperate. Cooperate with Mum. So I'm just putting that in as like a little indicator, because at the back of the neck we have this one spot that really sticks out. That one bone. Sticky outy bone. What? And then we can do this. Okay. And this is the bit that helps you get the suds. I'm on the right layer, right? Oh gosh. Momentary random panic. It's always good to suddenly be like, wait, am I on the right layer? Every now and then. Every now and then I panic and think, wait, am I on the right layer? At least that way, when you do have that moment of not being on the right layer, there's a better chance of saving everything before it's too late. Okay. There we go. La 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 la. Mm-hmm. Whoops, 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 whoops. Let's try that again. Not so close. Great. Hands. Hands time. Wee. Arm hair time. Wee doop. There we go. Suds time. Gotta make sure the shape of this dish feels good. There we go. Oh, actually, no, yeah, I want to keep that. Great. And then we got a big old barrel. Which looks very similar to our mugs. Barrels. Barrel, barrel. Just a wooden barrel. Yeah, I mean, barrel. There we go. Okay. That is the line art here. There he is. He's washing up a plate. Okay. Press save. And everything hangs. Oh my goodness, I was almost right on the money. It is now 8:14 for me, so that really was like basically 15 minutes. Oh man. I know how long my art takes to make. That's good. That's a relief. Okay. So, guys, that is going to be it for this one. I hope you enjoyed that. And if you want to, please come and join me on future streams. I do these on Tuesdays and Fridays at 6 p.m. Singapore time, which is GMT plus 8. And I just work on my comic. So we'll be continuing to do more line art in future streams and then slowly move on to all the colors to create a final look. And I think, yeah, one of my previous streams we did actually do some of the finalization of some art for a previous episode of this comic. So yeah, and if you want to, you can also check out the comic itself if you're curious what it looks like, how it reads, whether it's any good or not. I'm not going to comment on whether or not it's good because it's my own work. So it's like I have zero I can't be objective about it because I see way too much of what goes into the sausage and I have no clarity on it really as like how it reads for someone else who isn't me planning out the whole thing all the time. Anyway, yeah, I will leave it at that. Thank you, everybody. Goodbye.